Hello and welcome to Study Smart for Competitions. So in this video we will basically analyze like what kind of scores you need to get to successfully clear for Tier 3 in SSC CGL 2018. So basically based on many queries which I have received from many of the aspirants, I have prepared a detailed analysis that in which bracket you are already in your like Tier 1 score and what you need to score in Tier 2 paper 1 and in paper 2, so that you could have your detailed analysis to successfully clear in Tier 3 and eventually get a job. So let's discuss in detail. So if you are scoring like 126 to 135 marks in Tier 1, so eventually you need to work hard for it and you need to score at least 147 to 156 marks in Tier 2 paper 1 and somewhat near to 150 marks in Tier 2 paper 2, so that your total range from minimum to maximum will be about 420 to 450. Fine. So eventually based on the entire analysis, that what was the cutoff for 2015, what was the cutoff for 2016, and what would be the expected ones. So this is not just mere numbers, these are actually the analysis. So okay, let me take an example. Suppose you have scored 130 marks in Tier 1, fine, and you have scored suppose say 155 in Tier 2 paper 1, and if you have scored 150 in Tier 2. So what is happening will be your total marks range, if you can see that everything is changing, fine. So your total marks range will lump sum to 435, and as per our analysis, say suppose uh, suppose like 2016 cutoff went as 420, so that we could check the growth, like what kind of growth it was happening from 2015 and 2016 considering various factors. So suppose it was not 426 and it was 420, so you can see that expected cutoff is eventually come down to 430 because it's a analysis and not mere just numbers. All right, so let me showcase you like how will these values below values actually matter. So what will happen is your max delta is like what score, like what maximum score is the actual variance from the expected cutoff. For example, like 435 marks is what you will get as per our example, this one and this one and this one. So you will eventually get 435, and as per our analysis for 2016 say 420 marks, you will get 430 expected cutoff. So the delta will be 5 marks that you are in positive, so you are good to clear the examinations. Similar way, I'll reset all the details once. Yeah, so let's proceed. So if you are in the bracket of 136 to 145, so you need to minimum score at least 135 135 to 145 marks in Tier 2 as well, so that you could successfully clear. Eventually you can see that below the max delta is even -4, so you have to bits up or bits down in paper 1 or paper 2 as per your convenience. If your maths is strong, just go ahead and just give yourself up for Tier 2 paper 1 if your maths is strong, obviously. And if your English is strong, go ahead with English preparation more, because you could score more in that. Eventually the people who have already scored 146 to 155 marks, they can be a bit safe to the side for clearing Tier 3. So all they need to do is just score like 133 to 142 marks in, I would say, both paper 1 and paper 2, so that their range will become to 413 to 450. So eventually what will happen is the expected cutoff what we are getting from the analysis, you will have a very like at least the qualifying nature for Tier 3, and you could eventually run for the jobs. Obviously, like if you just go by the last last resort, I would say that you are just clearing the Tier 2 or Tier 3 cut, so eventually you won't get a job. So these are the minimum analysis, I would say, and you need to eventually work more hard for it as per your score in Tier 1s. The people who are the safest are, I would say, the people who have scored more than 155, and all they need to do is just score like 120s and 130s each. Not 120, I would say 120s will be for those people who have scored like 190s, and 130s to 140s will be for those who have scored like 150s. So eventually obviously they are working much harder, so you have to work hard, all the people, so that your eventual score should be very near to the expected cutoff and you will eventually clear it. So this minimum delta is actually nothing but it's just the minimum score range. The people who are in the minimum score range, they eventually need to work harder so that their total marks are in above range and not the below range. So just if you want this Excel and you need to analyze your scores, please go ahead and comment, and please join our Telegram app group. I'll give this Excel sheet to the people over there so that they could analyze their score. All you need to do is assume your score over here, like just put it over here and assume your scores for tier 2 and paper 1 and paper 2, and eventually you can see those respective values, these and these and these, but these are the static values, so you don't need to change this eventually, but everything will change and you can analyze based on if you are if you are entering your values in column 1, so you need to check it in minimum delta, and if you are entering in column 2, you need to check it in max delta. So green will represent that you are quite safe and red will represent that you are unsafe. So prepare accordingly and give your give your best shot this time. All the best for your exams, and do comment if you like this video and share to the max. And if you if you want this, again I'm telling you, please join our Telegram app group, and whose link you can easily find in our description. So please go ahead, and if you want this video, let me know. Thank you.